In this video, you can control the viewpoint by touching and dragging the screen. Hello, this is Itaewon, a hotspot in Seoul. This video takes you around Itaewon a week before Halloween to experience the sheer number of people there, so please watch until the end. I'm currently standing at the Itaewon intersection. Every year, during Halloween, Itaewon becomes the most crowded place. Usually, if Halloween falls on a weekday, the last Friday and Saturday of October are the busiest rather than the actual day itself. This is because it's difficult to enjoy Halloween on a weekday.
Looking straight ahead, you'll see the Hamilton Hotel. Located in the middle of a three-way intersection, it's arguably Itaewon's most iconic building. Itaewon's main street is behind the hotel, and I'm walking down it to explore it first. I've been here before, and as you can see from the videos I took before, there were already a lot more people here than on other days. I arrived at 10 p.m., which is the time when the nightlife here is just beginning. If you turn left here, you'll reach the alley leading to the main street. A police officer is directing traffic. Next to him, you'll see a sign that says, "Keep on the right." Because it's Halloween, there's an especially large number of police officers mobilized. I saw on the news that about 3,000 officers are on special duty here. They're working hard to ensure the safety of our citizens. Following the horrific Itaewon stampede in 2022, which left 159 people dead in a narrow alley, controversy erupted over the police's inadequate response, prompting the government to be more sensitive about traffic control in this crowded area. I'm continuing along the road in front of me. I'm about to enter another alleyway leading to Itaewon's main street. I'll take the alleyway on the left. As you walk along the alley, you'll see another alley to the left. That's the main street. Now, let's go inside. Entering the main street, I saw a median strip installed. I think the police installed it to control the traffic. It seems to have been installed to force people to walk on the right side of the road. The presence of police officers everywhere made me feel even more secure than usual. The atmosphere felt safe and secure for everyone who visited today. I see people waiting in line outside the bar to get in. I guess they're waiting because there aren't any seats. Itaewon is where Halloween culture first began in Korea. In the 1950s, a US military base was built nearby, and Halloween culture was introduced there by the US military. My father told me that this place was a place where people who wanted to practice their English would go. If you look to the left from here, you'll find an alleyway leading to the main street described at the beginning of the video. This is the busiest area. The red high-rise building directly ahead is the Hamilton Hotel, which we saw at the beginning of the video. You'll see it again and again as you explore this street. It was definitely much more crowded than the weekend I visited Itaewon last time. However, I didn't feel the Halloween atmosphere. On Halloween, it's common to see people cosplaying in horror-themed costumes, but that wasn't the case today. I think you might see people like that on Halloween itself. However, Korea is currently experiencing a sudden winter storm, so I'm not sure if people will be able to cosplay on Halloween. It'll be incredibly cold. It's dangerous to stop at the entrance. Walk forward, the police said in a strong tone through a loudspeaker. I think the police need to speak strongly in such a crowded place. Otherwise, it would be difficult for citizens to recognize the danger. If you look to the right, you'll see a pumpkin hanging from the store's ceiling. It's a sight that at least gives you a sense of the Halloween atmosphere today.
I've reached the end of Itaewon's main street. I'll turn left here and leave the main street. We've exited the main street. This time, we'll cross the street to get to Qui Nhon Road. We'll turn left and cross the street across the street. To get to Qui Nhon Road, you'll need to descend these stairs. The slope is quite steep, so proceed with caution. Finally, we arrived at Qui Nhon Street. This street isn't as crowded as the main road we walked earlier. This is because there are mostly restaurants here. I visited after 10 p.m., so most of the restaurants were closed, and only the bars were open. If you visit around 8 p.m., you'll see a lot of people here.
Qui Nhon Street was named to commemorate the sister city relationship between Qui Nhon City, Vietnam, and Yongsan District. The reason for its name is complex. In Qui Nhon City, a monument was erected reflecting historical tensions related to the Korean military's involvements during the Vietnam War. At that time, Korea supported the South Vietnamese government, which was opposed to the forces that later formed the current Vietnamese administration. Naturally, the Vietnamese people have a negative perception of Korea's past history. This street was designed to evoke a local Vietnamese atmosphere as part of an effort to foster friendly relations with Vietnam. We've exited Qui Nhon Road. This time, let's take a look across the street. If you look to the left, you'll see the Hamilton Hotel. Entering this alleyway, you'll find yourself in a neighborhood known as an LGBTQ+ neighborhood. It's densely packed with gay bars, transgender bars, and other establishments. The reason so many LGBTQ+ people live here is because of Itaewon's open culture. The large foreign population inevitably fosters a diverse cultural landscape, and people of all backgrounds are readily accepted. Crucially, there had been a long-standing LGBTQ+ community in Nakwandong, Jongno, but its members relocated to Itaewon. In the 1980s, perceptions of LGBTQ+ people in Korean society were extremely negative. Consequently, the community in Jongno was a closed space where people interacted secretly. Therefore, Itaewon, where the local residents were relatively accepting, was the perfect location for them. What's truly fascinating is that Muslim neighborhoods in the LGBT community are located right next to each other. This demonstrates the diversity of cultures and backgrounds that coexist in Itaewon. Muslims have been settling here since the 1950s. Turkey dispatched troops during the Korean War, and the government at the time provided the Turkish soldiers with a place for Muslim prayer, marking the beginning of their settlement. Korea's first mosque was built in Itaewon, making it the center of Korea's Muslim community. The abundance of Turkish kebab restaurants here stems from Korea's Muslim history, as explained earlier. With so many Muslims living here, there are naturally many Muslim-related restaurants. Kebab restaurants are incredibly difficult to find in Korea, but there are over 10 of them here alone. I took a big loop around Itaewon Street and returned to this intersection. This concludes my Itaewon tour during Halloween. Thank you for watching the video.
Okay.